We are here for the sixth edition of the Laker Weekly Report with Superior International Junior Hockey League Fort Frances Laker coach Wayne Strachan. How are you today, Wayne?
Not too bad.
Uh, we've been, like I said, been talking for the last 6 weeks, and February was a little tough for you guys. You ended up 3-7. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we went through a tough stretch, even kind of dating into the latter part of January, where we just couldn't find any success, and we've kind of fought through that. And I guess through the our last 4 games are 3-1. So hopefully we've I guess move past the area where we were kind of on a down, and our work ethic's been a lot better through the last week to 2 weeks, and I think guys have been more focused after maybe a few heart-to-heart talks, and them realizing what it takes to have success. And we've kind of been a team that's been up and down all year. We've went through stretches where we've won a bunch of games, and then we've went through stretches where we've lost a bunch of games. So hopefully we're trying to fix that trend, and we'll just keep working hard to plug away to compete in every game that we have remaining here.
And last week you had 3 games, and you went 2-1 with 2 of your wins coming from over the Thunder Bay North Stars, the second place North Stars. Can you comment on those 2 games?
Well, a couple games where I thought we showed a lot of character. We played with urgency, and we had a no-quit attitude. In the first game, I didn't really feel that it should have went to overtime, but obviously playing a good hockey team such as Thunder Bay, they're always in games, and they battled us hard, and we actually had to fight back to tie the game. And but for the most part, I thought we played a pretty solid hockey game, and I thought we controlled the tempo and had our opportunities to definitely finish it in regulation. And I guess we get a break in the overtime and get a power play, and the guys rose to the occasion and obviously scored a big game-winning goal that kind of went in off their defenseman. So the next night they came out flying and kind of jumped on us, and we were probably fortunate in a way to be only down 1-0 after the first. Brandon Bodner, our goaltender that night, was the only reason it was 1-0 at that point in the game. And then they get a quick one right at the second, and I've said this in the past. That might have been the backbreaker a month ago for us. We probably would have not given up, but just been on a downer, and that we were behind a couple goals, but we didn't quit. We got a fortunate break on a power play where puck caroms off the backboards and hits our guy and goes in the net, and from there on, I thought we gained momentum and played a good hockey game. We opened the game up intensity-wise and created a lot of opportunities because of it, and we cashed in on them. And they made a bid to come back a couple times in the third period, but it was good to see the guys show character and obviously rise to that challenge and win a tight hockey game.
Now, this week, like you say, you're off until the 1st of March, so you're opening up March in Holt Lakes in the 1st and the 3rd. Now, with only you guys being a couple hours away, do you stay down there, or do you come back for the night and head back down again?
No, we'll drive back and forth. It's only about 2 hours, 10 minutes. So we'll come back, skate, and let the guys obviously sleep in their own beds, and after Wednesday's game, we'll make adjustments in the afternoon practice Thursday and see what we have to do for the Friday game.
And talking about adjustments, then going in on the 4th, you guys are playing the number 1 Dryden Ice Dogs. Now, do you prepare differently when you meet the Ice Dogs compared to when you're preparing to meet Minnesota, where they're sitting in last place?
No, I think at this point we're in the mindset that we have to tighten up our game, and the systems that we have in place right now are what we're going to go with moving forward. And so I feel that if we can play our game, and I think we're at a point in the season where we have our goal to try and reach third. It's going to be tough without a lot of help. So we need to kind of realize that we might be set in stone as the 5th place team, and the more that we can I guess care and manage our own game at this point is only going to help us come the Survivor Series, and so we'll just continue to do what we do and make ourselves a better team and more accountable till the end of the season here.
Now, that being said, you're sitting in 5th with 50 points, where English River Miners, they're sitting at 56, and they have 3 games this weekend against Thief Rivers, where they're 3-5, and only 1 win coming in Red Lake. They got 3 games in 3 days. With standings and that, does that benefit you guys a little bit, maybe with them having 3 games in 3 days, and like you say, only winning 1 game on the home rink against a team they're playing 3 days in a row?
Well, yeah, I guess we're hoping for help, so to speak. And at this point, I think we can only help ourselves, and we got to win hockey games. I believe we have 7 left through the month of March until playoff time, and the best scenario for us is to, I guess, win as many of those as possible, if not all 7, and see what happens. And 3 games in 3 nights is tough, and I guess we'll hope that maybe the hockey gods are on our side, and Thief River can pull off a sweep. But we know what English River is about. They're a hard-working team, and they're going to do whatever it takes to try and stay ahead of us in the standings and probably move up themselves.
And like you mentioned, you have 7 games left in the regular season, and after the 3 this weekend, you have Thunder Bay 3 times and Dryden once, so you got an uphill battle going into the end of the season, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. Having to play the top caliber teams, I guess, in our last 6 games, I believe it is, or 5 games. 5 games. But it's a good test for us, I think. And I was asked this by the paper as well for the interview after the weekend, and I think it's a very good test for us, and kind of see what our team's made of. Obviously, both teams have beat us up pretty good through the season, and we need to kind of make a stance, I guess, so to speak, and come to play in those hockey games and prove that we're a team worthy of maybe an upset in the playoffs, and that's what it's going to have to be anyways. We're going to have to realize that we're the underdogs. It's going to take everything we have to have any success the rest of the way here, and so we're going to have to gut out some hard-fought games against Dryden and Thunder Bay to see where we stand, and you know what, I think we kind of started that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not going to say we took a step backwards in the Thief River loss. I thought we played a pretty good hockey game, had our chances, but we need to rise, I guess, to the challenge of our last 7 games here, and especially the last 5.
And like you say, you have 7 games still in the regular series, but the playoffs, like you say, no matter where you end up and no matter who you play, it's always a totally different monster in a brand new season, right?
For sure, and we're going to get that opportunity to be a part of it, which is great in itself, I guess. But once you're there, it's a whole different season, and we need to prepare to, I guess, be consistent. Number one, which we kind of still haven't been throughout the season. But number two, we got to care about one another, the team, and come every day going to battle with one another. And if we can do that, you never know what can happen.
Yeah, and like I mentioned in week one when we did the first edition, it's a situation for you as a coach and some of your veterans that you guys aren't used to this, where you're used to sitting at the top of the division waiting to see who you meet, right?
For sure, but we have no one to blame but ourselves on where we are and how the seasons went, and I guess can't change what's happened, but you can work to try and change what could happen. So it's kind of been our mentality, and I'm hoping that it's, I guess, sunk into all the guys that are healthy right now. We're still pretty beat up with injury, but hopefully by game one of the playoffs, wherever we may be, that we're healthy and we understand what it's going to take to have success, and to have an opportunity to be in the playoffs gives you the chance to win in itself. So we'll look forward to that.
Well, Wayne, I can't thank you enough for being on this week's edition, and make sure you watch for March 6th edition of the Weekly Report with Wayne after hopefully 3 wins this week, Wayne.
Sounds great.
Thank you.
Jay, appreciate it. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.